Impossible!
Just gonna die in the end.
Off train.
Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you guys today about something we've been discussing over at the Goosh. Now, you Gooshers that are here will already be familiar with the conversations we've been having surrounding One Piece and where I am in One Piece right now at that Fishman Island arc, and what went on there, and how the humans have oppressed the fishmen, and how the race relations, or the strained race relations, seem to reflect what's going on in modern society so much right now. And that's just fascinating to me, and I like getting you guys' take on things. Now, hear me out. Here's how I feel about it. I want to see if you guys agree on several points about what's going on in One Piece, as well as what goes on here in society. Let me know in the comments. Now, stay with me. Oh, also, I'm sure you can hear this in the background. Right outside my window, right outside my house today, they've decided it's the day they need to trim all these trees, and they're grinding them up in the wood chipper and everything. So I apologize for the sound effects in the background. I will point out though, after watching them for a little while, if you had a need to like get rid of a body at some point, a wood chipper does seem like it'd be very, very effective. There's not much left once it runs through there. I mean, not that I would ever have a need for that. It's not like, oh, and the train too, of course, I train. And it's not like I have a bunch of bodies down in a freezer in my basement or something that I gotta find a way to get rid of. So that's not why it attracted me. I just thought I'd put that out there in case you're in the market. But all this said, I hate Arlong. I despise Arlong right from that moment, right from that scene with Bellamere and the girls. I said at the time, there is no redemption for me for Arlong. I don't care what his backstory is. I don't care if he didn't get enough hugs as a child. I don't care what happened to him. I hate him for what he did there, and I always will, because there's nothing to redeem that. Now, we've revisited that a little. I can tell you with what I've seen and how the fishmen have been treated, that doesn't change how I feel about Arlong at all. Fuck Arlong. All day, every day, don't care. I think he's a piece of shit. Now, let me go into greater detail why. Now, that's not to extend to all the fishmen. I think the fishmen have had it really, really bad. I think what Otohime was trying to do was truly admirable, if a little bit pie in the sky with their ambitions, but certainly admirable. But I've never been able to wrap my brain around the concept of hating a whole group of people, or a whole race of people, for the actions of a few. And I can relate to that personally. I think I may have told you guys this story. I'll make it brief before, but back when I lived in California one time, the groups I hang around with and everything were pretty rough. The gym I was at and everything worked out at, it was a rough place. But one night, I was walking through the park not far from my gym, and there was always shit going on there. I've had a couple encounters there. But anyway, in that neighborhood, I got the shit kicked out of me by a few black guys. There's 3 or 4 of them I've forgotten over the years, but they gave me a pretty good ass beating. And the only reason they did it was because I was a white guy. And the reason I know that's because they explained that while they were kicking the shit out of me. And that's the thing, I mentioned this before, that's the thing that pissed me off the most. They said I was getting my ass beat because I was walking through their neighborhood, but that wasn't a black neighborhood. I don't mind the ass beating. It's just like, listen, you need to at least give me a solid reason. You know, I want your rationale to be based in fact, not something easily disproven by the fact that there was a lot of white people there, a lot of black people there, a lot of Mexican people there. So again, kick my ass all you want, but at least, you know, make the reason believable. But anyway, they kicked the shit out of me. I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. But in no way, shape, or form did it ever even become a glimmer to me to have a dislike for black people because of the actions of those 3 or 4 guys. I mean, they weren't there representing the black community of the world. They were there because they were a bunch of assholes looking for trouble, and they wanted to beat somebody up. Now, I hated those specific black guys, but it had no effect on how I felt about black people in general. I mean, I so wish I could have encountered them again with a baseball bat so I could have split their skulls. But I don't understand the idea of, because some members of a group have done something, have wronged you in some way, hating the entire group. And that's why Arlong Arlong is never going to be redeemed to me. It's not even any sense in trying, because I hate him. What he did to Bellemere and making those little girls watch it and go motherless after that is just beyond the pale. But within the group of, for instance, say in the group of humans, you have the celestial dragons. Now, as a small group within a group, I could see I completely get the fishermen wanting to kill. I'd like to see them killed. I'd like to kick the shit out of the celestial dragons myself. So that I get, because that's a group that specifically, as a unit, is saying, we're here, you guys are here, you're below us, we're going to oppress you, we're going to do whatever we want with you, and fuck you, there's nothing you can do about it. I completely get that. But I think, and now when we turn it towards, and this is what I want to see if you guys agree with me on. The unfortunate thing is, I think as in this story, and as in real life, it's only extremists who feel these ways. Who feel like it's only the Arlongs who feel like you got to go after everybody in a group because some of that group wronged me, no matter which side it's on. And I think that's true with what we're experiencing now in society. I think the vast majority of us, honestly, genuinely, deeply, don't give a shit what color someone is or what their sexual orientation is. Or I think the vast majority of us just want to do our own thing and get along, and I don't think we really care. Do you guys agree with that? I think it looks like we're all completely at odds, because let's face it, nobody's going to click your article if you're a news outlet if your story is, hey, 320 or what do we got, 360 million people in the country, 300 million Americans today got along with their neighbors regardless of race or any other external or any other defining characteristics. That's not a good story. But people shooting at each other, people putting down one another, people going after each other in any way because of those differences, that makes for good clicks. And then it spreads, just like you see in One Piece. You see Arlong or not Arlong, but Horty trying to convince the masses that everybody, all of the humans are evil and we have to hate them all. And that's basically what extremists do. And unfortunately in our society, because it creates cliques, whether it's intentional or not intentional, that's what major media outlets do as well. And I think it's just kind of sad, and it's something I wanted to talk to you guys about to see if you're in agreement with me. I think the vast majority of us, and I think it's particularly when it comes to race. I know that there are religious groups who, we can point them out, who have issues with gay people. There are this group that has issues with this other religion. But as far as race in general, I think the vast majority of us, there are extremists, absolutely, who just hate on other people because of the color of their skin. But I think the huge, vast majority of us really don't care. I think as a white person, I think we're just as willing to like or dislike a black person as we are another white person. It all depends on the personality. I think as black people, I think they're more than willing to like or dislike a white person based on who they are, not the color of their skin. I think that's true throughout the spectrum, through any color you can imagine. And it's just unfortunate that all we see are the Horty Jones and the celestial dragon angles pushed on us every single day, because I think the vast majority of us really want nothing to do with that. And by majority, it's got to be 90%, right? Or am I wrong? Am I being too pie in the sky here, and is that wrong? Is there a lot more ill feelings and racism out there than I think there is? I don't know, but this whole thing with the Fishmen arc brought it up for me, and I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. Am I right, or am I going to be disheartened and find out that no, that's not the case at all? It's not just the extremists. I don't know. I think most of us are pretty decent. That's saying a lot for me. I'm an ultimate cynic, but I just hope that that's the case. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and as always, never forget, fuck Arlong. Fuck Arlong all the time, every day in every way. And just to keep it fair on both sides, fuck the celestial dragons every day in every way. And don't forget the wood chipper thing, if it becomes a necessity.